Hello, my name is Andy and I'm a recovering gambling addict. My last bet was the 14th of April 2007. Hello people, hope everybody's well. I'm just going to try and that's better. Just trying to get the volume right. Welcome to the channel. I know I've not vlogged for a few weeks. I'm planning on now going every Wednesday and Sunday for the foreseeable future. I will be doing that obviously because people may be struggling to find meetings, they may be getting cancelled, may be struggling to get public transport to get to GA meetings or their own counselling. Please get on the live chat, share your stories of experience, strength and hope. It'll be hard, don't get me wrong. Get involved trying to get your counselling or whatever, or getting your medicine, so to speak. The communities will still be there, be it through Facebook, Twitter, Insta, forums, or by video through Skype meetings, by Zoom. There'll be help for others. You're not alone. I'm going to share a bit about where, obviously, in my previous video yesterday, I'm just going to repeat everything again, especially for the UK, but some bits as well for other places. Obviously, we have GamStop over here in the UK. It takes literally 5 minutes to sign up to. You can make sure you're away from it for 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes, everything's clear, everything's done and dusted. You are blocked from a lot of gambling sites. Gamban, they have a free 7-day trial at the moment. Another great tool to stop you from gambling online. GamCare Helpline, I've had a look on social media today. It's not shutting down. It's 24/7. Someone will be on that end of the phone for you to seek help and get that help you may need. Also, there's Gamblers Anonymous as well. The chat rooms are still open. The forums are still open. All them stories on there are still open. Everything's there for you to talk gambling addiction related. There's a lot of support on that website. Feel free to take a look. Also, there's literature there that you can read, the new life stories as well. Something you may relate to, something that might switch your light bulb on in your head. Also, bank accounts, Monzo, probably the best tool going for anyone who's struggling with gambling, because they can block gambling transactions at your request. And if you wanted to switch on them again, especially in that red heat moment where you're really desperate to gamble, you have to phone them up. There's that little cooling off period as well. Also, podcasts, the All In, the Addiction Gamblers podcast, Addicted Gamblers podcast, a great tool, great thing to listen to. Jeffrey Wasserman's one of the co-hosts on it. He also has a Skype meeting running, and these happen every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's set different times, of course, because it is a worldwide based one. If you want any more details of how to get in contact with him and maybe get onto one of these meetings, his Twitter is at JPWDEL1955. That is JPWDEL1955. Also, the After Gambling podcast, my good friend Jamie Salzberg in America, he does fantastic things. He interviews a lot of people. Sometimes he goes alone as well. Well worth a read and a listen. Listen to him. He's got about 50 podcasts on there at the moment. Be great to get on there and listen to him. There is loads of support out there. It's not just me on YouTube as well. There's some great little videos out there. Katie Clark from the UK. Very rarely you get women talking about their problems with gambling. She's a great listen. Also, Gambling Sucks, Darren, my mate Darren, he's done a few videos. There's John O'Reilly as well. He's done a few videos as well. You're not alone on YouTube. Just have a bit of a Google, have a look. Instead of looking for like a different streamer, a gaming streamer or whatever, look for guys like us. We share loads of videos and talk about our problems we've had with gambling and how we try and stay off. I'm here to support you as best I can. Obviously, I've got loads of videos on my backlog here, about 115, 120 videos now I've done. And hopefully you could take stuff out of it, little bits and insights. I'm still learning off you as well. Books is Russell Brand recovery book. Great read. Tony Ten, amazing story about a life of a gambling addict. Alan Carbock, also all the GA literature available as well. We'll have a lot of time on your hands now with regards gambling addiction and having the problems with it and trying to deal with that time. For me, that was the biggest killer for me at the start. I had to replace that time I was with gambling by not doing it anymore. So I had to come up with plans and ideas how to get my way through it. Basically, I'm kind of like had to learn and listen to others in the GA room, take responsibility of what I'd done. So I knew I was getting overweight. I knew I was quite ill and of ill health as well, mentally and physically. So I decided to try and lose weight. Started to eat right. Started to go running, get fit. I'm now, as of now, obviously I'm nearly 13 years gamble free. I'm doing the Great North Run in September. That'll be my 4th time I'm doing that. It's a half marathon in the UK. It's the largest one in the world. And it gives me a sense of relief, gives me a sense of optimism, it gives me a sense of hope as well that anyone can fight this gambling addiction. I remember when I first stopped, I could barely go 10 days, and that's why I kept slipping up until my last gambling date. Once I got that help, once I finally hit that rock bottom and reached out, I made sure I got there and listened. Listening is vitally important. Don't have to talk much in meetings or in counselling. Just listen to the advice. Help yourself, and that's the way forward. Make an inventory of who you've probably harmed in your time and what's happened and who you might have borrowed or stole money from or whatever ways and means you got money. With regards to finance, get somebody to look after your finances, help you out. Becky, my wife, I was lucky to have her. She took over all my finances. I was treated like a child again, but I needed to be with money. I was only having like £1, £2 a day. And that was for the good 6-9 months where I barely had pocket money to live on. I couldn't be trusted with any more money. But I knew the longer I went with them kind of tools and them barriers, I could trust myself more with more money. I could trust myself with a bank account again. I could trust myself paying the bills on time, setting up direct debit, standing orders. And for the first time in years, I've actually got a savings account open up this week. And that's where I am now with my recovery with regards to finances. But it's imperative as well not to set any targets. I see it time and time again with a lot of people who are struggling with gambling, looking at debt as the major problem, as the biggest mill chain around the neck. It really isn't. Being honest, by being truthful, your recovery will get better. And every day you do not gamble, that debt's only going to go one way, and that is down. Look at it like that. There is help out there with gambling debts. Over in the UK, there's step change. Your creditors will listen to you as well. So phone up your banks, phone up your credit card companies, phone up the people you've lent money off loan. They will try and help and make it feasible for you to recover and to survive. No one's going to try and make you not eat. Make sure you have a roof over your head. Make sure you got food on the table. Make sure you got that job that you're striving for and you're working for. No one's going to let you struggle. By being honest, by being open, by admitting that you may have a problem with gambling and talking about it, it is the way forward. Hopefully, I'll get quite a lot of interaction on the live chat now. Feel free to drop your Twitter handles, your Facebook handles, your blogs. Please feel free to share any way where you get support from and what helps you as well. I'll read some of them out, but please talk to each other. I don't want to be talking for loads and loads of time, but I want you to share and embrace each other and talk to each other. This will be really good for you guys. I am going to be live every Wednesday and Sunday from now on for the foreseeable future. I can understand with the coronavirus outbreak, this is unprecedented times. You're going to have a lot of time on your hands. You may be struggling to get to meetings. You may be struggling to get to your counselling services. But what I've read out earlier, there is help and hope out there. You can remotely set up Skype meetings, set up like on Zoom as well. Keep in contact, little WhatsApp groups as well. Just when you're feeling that urge to gamble, get in contact with one of them. That'll be a great thing to do. I'm just going to catch up on the comments now. Hi, Steve. Nice. Thank you, Gareth. Appreciate that. Hi, Lester. This is everyone else. Found nothing stopping me. It hurts so much. So everybody knows in your family, do they, Lester? I'm just trying to get a steer of what you're trying to say. Dan, Andy, what would be your top tips for battling boredom if you manage to stop gambling? Good question, Dan. Getting involved with something else. For me, obviously, I got fit, and I had a sense of like being very charitable. So I had a little thing of like wanting to raise money for charity. And for me, each year I pick a different one. Sometimes I pick a local one. Sometimes I pick a national one as well. Obviously, battling boredom as well with regard that. It's hard. I was a young father at the time. My son had only just been born after a few months into my recovery, and family time took over. I had to replace everything associated with gambling. So I took up with different activities. I started to read a lot more. Started to get better at work as well. So I was just doing enough at work. So I started to dive into like other things, other projects at work when I was working at Toyota, talking about, with regards to Toyota, it's very lean manufacturing. So it's like Kaizens and continuous improvement. So I learned a lot more about them kind of systems. So like cost reduction and stuff, which is quite funny, seeing as a guy who just lost 65 grand playing poker and other forms of gambling. But just diving into everything, I think it was like another addiction in a way. But I wanted to remove myself from gambling as much as I can. So thanks for the question, Dan. I really appreciate that. Just had a little Twitter mention from NoBet2020, giving a bit of a shout out. He's a recovering gambling addict. He's a teacher, and he's doing great guns on Twitter, just talking about trying to raise awareness and break the stigma. So if you want to give him a follow, NoBet2020, that would be great. If you've got any more questions, feel free to ask them. I know there's plenty of you watching. You're in double figures who's watching at the moment. Feel free to talk to me, to ask me anonymously as well. I'm quite happy to talk privately off here after. But if you want to ask a question, feel free to get on the live chat. Interact with others who are here, who have had a problem with gambling. Feel free to get involved. I'm trying not to talk as much now, but I want to get people like talking on the live chat if possible, please. As I say, I mean, I've got, for me as well, I'm so proud of how far I've come in recovery. I think the biggest one for me is Joel's 30th birthday on Friday. He came at a time when I was at my lowest. I was having the deepest, darkest thoughts. And I was in absolute bits. I was really low. I was Googling ways to kill myself when he was 4 days old. I got him on my lap. And it's hard. And life was hard. And by me not gambling, I've been able to see him grow up, be a mature, lovely lad. He knows about my recovery. He knows about what I'm just saying about suicide and stuff now. He understands that I can never bet again. I have to crack on with life. And it's amazing when I go out the door and telling him where I'm going to work and stuff. Everyone knows what I'm doing now, going around schools, etc., giving talks with Epic. He's proud of me when I go out that door. He knows I'm trying to help people. He knows I'm trying to help people doing food vlogs. He knows when I'm talking to people on Twitter. Well, he doesn't know that what I'm talking about, writing about to people privately on Twitter, but he knows that people message me for support. People kind of like look up to what I kind of try and do, as others do as well. And it's humbling for me. It's humbling for me to be asked to do amazing things in my time since I started vlogging. And me, on a personal note, my life is really good. I've got an amazing family, got 3 lovely kids. I'm happy. We're all happy. Life is going to be tough for the next few months, but everyone's in it together. We've got amazing plans coming up while we're at home and doing things, etc. It'll be great in a way for me. Connect more as a family. We can discuss ideas of what we're going to do for each day. Maybe learn new skills. I might learn to bake, something I've never done before. I enjoy cooking, but I've never really baked before, so that might be a first for me. I'm going to pick up new online skills as well. I'm learning to do many things. I'm learning to use different skills on Microsoft. Constantly trying to improve myself, try and make my best better. So yeah. What I will do as well, I mean, we talk about mental health a lot. There's 2 great websites out in the UK at the minute. There's a Hub of Hope, where you type your postcode in, and it'll give you links to all the services local to you to like actually call maybe as well. And also there's the Shout service as well. You can text Shout. It's a 24/7 mental health kind of app where you can talk to someone remotely, privately, and anonymously as well. And that is a great kind of tool as well to get involved with and to talk about how you're feeling and what you're up to. And it really is amazing kind of thing, really. Hi, Stephen. Once I fully understood took. Everything is better without gambling, so you can do it. It takes hard work and seek all the help you can get. I can totally echo what Stephen's saying here. It isn't easy, but life does get better. Please trust me on that. Keep telling the truth. The biggest thing you lose is not the money, it's the trust in you. And you have to rebuild that trust every which way you can. And yeah, it can be difficult. But by being honest, talking about how you're feeling, don't bottle it up. Share your feelings, share your problems with somebody who may understand. And that's why I'm always a great believer in talking to somebody else who understands what I'm going through. It might have been hard for my wife at the start, but she kind of knows what I'm about now and what I do and things. So exactly, Owen. It takes time. I find it easy to take it a day at a time. I can totally echo that. Don't put pressure on yourself. Putting targets on yourself, especially financially, for me, is a no-go. I know lots of people who have struggled with that and say they wanted to save a certain amount of money after 30 days, but they're halfway through the month and they're barely there. As someone who's got a problem with gambling, our first thing is to gamble to win that. And the amount of times I've seen that happen and people getting that spiral again and they keep chasing the losses. And what I would say is forget about it. That money's gone. It's lost. It's all about focusing and staying away from gambling and trying to put yourself away and make it better. No problem, Gilly. That's fine. Nice to see you on the actual here. I know you do quite a lot of awareness, and he has an actual story on the BBC SoundCloud, was it? Where you're talking about addiction in your life with gambling addiction. So please pop over and give him a bit of a listen. That'll be great. As I say, as he says, over these coming 2 or 3 months, it's going to be critical to have this support online. And I'll do the best I can with probably about half an hour at a time. These kind of shows will go on for. Also, if people want to open up and do a Zoom account, do a Skype account, I'd urge you to do it. Keep in contact with as many people as you can. Surround yourself by people who are struggling or who are in recovery. As you say, Owen, the biggest change, with regards to what you've just said there, the biggest change stopping is learning to value money again. Too right. I mean, I remember when I first stopped, I really learned it. I went from being unscrupulous with money to being right tight with it and knowing where every penny goes and every penny counts. I mean, it's something when you first probably stop is, for me, we talk about financials and stuff. Make sure somebody helps you with these, who probably can look after it and keep your receipts of everything you spent, so you can vouch for every single penny you have. That'll be a great thing as well. But as going back to what Gilsey says, online help's going to be critical in this time. It is vital to have this service there, vital to talk about it and online, and with my vlogs on a Wednesday and Sunday with Jeffrey Wassman, who does the Skype meetings. I urge anyone, feel free, get on YouTube, do a live vlog, connect to people. I want more of this merrier on here, trying to break the stigma of gambling addiction, because there's loads of people out there who silently are in recovery, and that's their choice. End of the day, that's fair enough. But if you are tempted to do a video, I urge you to go and do it. It's the best thing I ever did. There's another guy who's on Instagram, Rule It Out, and he's amazing. He does little short minute or two gambling addiction tips and things, and he's fantastic to talk to, and he's quite open on Instagram. So please give him a follow at Rule It Out. It's 1407. He's a similar one on Instagram as well. They do great stuff. Wise Up guys on Instagram as well. They're brilliant guys. Yeah, BBC Hooked, the episode called Your Stories. That's what it is for Gilsey. Yeah, Tony Adams as well. He's done episodes too, and fantastic to listen to him around his various addictions as well. There is help and hope out there. There is support out there. We can all come together and be a community. I know there's some people who do disagree with me, and that's fair enough. I mean, if people want to disagree, that's fine. I'm all right with that. I just want to engage with people who want to seek help, who want to break the stigma, who are looking for support, who are looking for help. Engage with me privately on Twitter. It's my name, Andy Margett. Through Messenger on Facebook. I won't accept friend requests, but I'll quite happily talk privately on Messenger as well. Some great Facebook groups out there. All you have to do is type in Gambling Addiction Recovery Group on Facebook, and there's loads on there. There's quite a few. There's not many people you can connect to all over the world. We're all fighting it. We're all in this together. Let's keep online. Let's keep supporting each other. Let's keep spreading hope. Let's keep spreading awareness. We can do it. We can fight it. And you can have a better life. Keep everything recovery based. You can get there. Honestly, you can. Just anybody else does have any more questions at all, or please feel free to drop all your Twitter handles in, your streaming, whatever you do on social media. Please share what other books that can be of great relevance to fighting gambling addiction, what other educational tools, anything you have. Feel free to share them on the live chat. This will be uploaded so people can read back through it as well. Share your social media, share what vlogs you listen to, share what podcasts you listen to, share what blogs you read. It'd be great to have as many stories out there as possible, because the more you have out there, the better. It will be great. Yes, as you say, Gilsey, I've already mentioned him After Gambling podcast. He's amazing, Jamie is, and someone I could count as a real true friend. It's an honour to actually know him. One day I'll hopefully meet him, and he does some great things over in America with his podcast, and he is a very good listener. So if you're ever in the car, or if you're like having a bit of a soak in the bath, or a bit of a listen with your headphones on in bed or whatever, give him a listen. He's very open on Twitter as well. I'm sure he won't mind me saying he's quite happy to get privately DM'd on Twitter as well. So feel free, ask him as many questions as you want. Anyone with like any other addictions as well, like be it drugs, be it alcohol, gaming as well is a massive one at the moment. With regards to gaming, Cam Adair is brilliant. He's got a website called GameQuitters.com, and you can seek help through there. He goes to like forums and chats, and he does support on there as well. it really is a very useful tool as well. I'm going to try and keep going for a few more minutes. I see there's about 7 people still online. Feel free to keep going on the live chat. Talk to each other after the vlog's ended. Keep talking privately. The more people you have in your network, the better. So if you've got that urge to gamble, you don't rely on probably 1 or 2 people. You can rely on like 5 or 6 people to talk to and get something off your chest. Someone will reply. I always reply on Twitter. I'm more than happy to talk to you privately in strictest confidence. Whatever you say to me goes nowhere else. I can totally tell you that. So if you're struggling, if your mum, your dad's struggling, if your uncle, your auntie, your friend, you feel like you're struggling, talk to me and I'll try and guide you the best I can. I'll always be there to support. There is help and hope out there. Only you can fix you. Can't wait for somebody else to come along and do it for you. I think that's vital, and I think that's what's most important and what's most relevant here. You have to fight this for yourself. This is for you. In a selfish way, as selfish as we were when we were gambling, you have to be selfish with your recovery as well. Look after you first and foremost. As Dan says as well, Reddit has some great resources too on where to find out, connect to people. I've not really used Reddit. I used it once or twice, but I know Reddit's a massive community page as well where you can get your help, like Dan says. There was bits to set up on Discord as well. Set up a Discord group, set up groups, little forums, little chat groups. Even if you don't want it to spread far and wide, like hundreds and hundreds of people in the network, keep it as a core 5 or 6 of you who you trust, who you need to talk to. That'll be a great tool as well. I am going to come off the stream now. Thank you very much for hooking into this. It's been a real pleasure to do this again. I will be here Sunday, UK time at 8 p.m, sharing as well again. Thank you for all your comments on the live chat. Feel free to connect to me on Twitter at Andy Margate. Please feel free to drop me a follow. Keep your strength up. Keep your hope up. You can do this. I know it's uncertain times in the world, but life does get better. You could stay away from that bet. My name's Andy. I'm a recovered gambling addict. My last bet was the 14th of April 2007. Thank you very much.